Okay, just like with the daylight test, I'm vlogging with the Sony a7C, and I'm using an FE 24 to 105 millimeter f4 lens. I guess you could say I'm going handheld. Well, this time I'm actually using a Manfrotto tripod, so hopefully the stabilization will be a little bit better. I got a lot of shaky footage with the daylight test. I'm also using an external mic this time, so if you want to hear what the sound is like right out of the camera with no external mic, then go back and view the daylight test. But right now I'm using the Rode, I think it's Rode Video Micro is the name. It's the small one, and it's got the little dead cat on it, which I'm going to adjust here. Okay. But yeah, so I'm going to do a low light test with the Sony a7C, so to show what kind of image quality you could get in the, I would say, yeah, it's pretty dark out here. I mean, it's in the middle of the night, but it's also in San Francisco, which is a large city, so it's never really that dark. There's always a bunch of lights. Even though I don't really feel like being out here right now, it is really peaceful because it's at nighttime, especially in the middle of the night, San Francisco, it pretty much just goes to sleep. I mean, there is really no one out here. It's just so quiet. I don't even need this external mic, but so you just listen to that piece. I of course have to get the obligatory Coit Tower shots whenever I do these nighttime vlogs. Just like with the daytime vlogs, I am shooting in 4K, a UHD 4K at 24 frames per second, which means my shutter speed is 1/50, and that's for video. For photos, I'm shooting RAW plus JPEG, but I imagine just like with the daylight test, I'm not going to feel like editing the photos, so I'm probably just going to show you the unedited JPEGs. It's funny, even at 2 a.m. you see these mapping cars around San Francisco. The other day I was stopped by some tourists who were asking me what all of these Waymo and I guess Zoox cars or whatever they are, and I just told them that we are in sort of a tech hub, and you know, once one version of a product comes out, a whole bunch of copycats follow, and they all try to fulfill certain niches within that market. So you know, it starts off with, I guess, MapQuest, and then when you have something like Google Maps where they have the Google cars that drive everywhere, then you have a whole bunch of copycat products. And so you have cars from a bunch of mapping companies that you always see around San Francisco. Sheesh, this street is so deserted that I could just set the camera right down in the middle of the street and like play and dance and stuff. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna set this bad boy right here. Let's see. Which might be getting in the shot. phone. The phone survived. That is why you buy cases for your phones. And yes, I like to listen to Mariah Carey. Well, I actually like most mainstream music, the top 40 hits that used to come on the radio. You know, like when you're a kid, for whatever reason, the music that you grow up listening to, that's like the music that sort of sticks with you for the rest of your life. And so that just happens to be one of the songs. I can't imagine anyone who grew up in the 90s who doesn't like Mariah Carey. I swear I'm actually going to take a picture of something else if I find something interesting. Maybe this bus stop here, this deserted bus stop, could be interesting. Or just this angle. I'll take a selfie first from this angle. Alright, what artistic thing could we do with this bus stop? I would say that's it, but I'm going to try to see if I could figure out how the timer on the camera works, so maybe I can get some more, or some still images of me in the bus stop. Okay, that ought to be good enough. So yeah, a moment ago, another one of those mapping cars passed by. Also, I couldn't help but get some video of that trail of ants in the foreground. There's pros and cons to walking the same route every single time you do one of these camera tests. The con, of course, is that you're looking at the same things every single time you come out here. The pro is that you start to see things that you never saw before. So, like that bus stop, for example. I don't know why I never actually noticed that bus stop before. I must have walked down that street, I don't know, countless times, and just now, just tonight, I'm finally noticing that bus stop. You Using the Manfrotto tripod, the stabilization looks a little bit better on the screen here than it did when I was holding the camera by its lens last time. So hopefully when I go to edit, this will look a lot better than the daylight version of this. Okay, so now that I'm on the Embarcadero, which is a little bit more out in the open, it's breezier out here than it was on the other street, so this will be a good time to test the external mic that I have on this camera. I guess the pro with having the external mic is that you should be able to hear me a little bit better in the breeze this time than during the daylight test. The con is that you never exactly know. You're never exactly 100% sure if your mic is plugged in, and if it's not all the way plugged in, then you could have footage that has no audio. That's if it's partially plugged in but not all the way. If it's not plugged in at all, of course you're going to get the sound that's right out of the camera. But yeah, so it is kind of breezy out here. Hopefully the sound will come out pretty good, or pretty well. Man, I need sleep because I can't talk right now. I guess that's what happens when you vlog at 3:20 a.m. Oh, I should also mention that just like during the Daylight A7C vlog, everything that you see in this vlog is coming out of the Sony A7C, except for the shots where you see the camera itself, which I am using my iPhone to film those. One of the easiest aesthetically pleasing shots to get are the water reflection shots. And I'm definitely in the right city for them. I'm gonna get some obligatory shots from Pier 7 and then call it a night.